What's up? How you doing? Happy Friday. Happy Faith Fridays. It's Friday. It's Friday. Y'all doing all right? Today, we're going to talk about Jonah. We don't talk about Jonah. But we are. So Jonah was a prophet, right? Jonah was somebody God had spoke to. God told Jonah that he needed him to go out to Nineveh, right? He needed him to go to this city because there's a lot of stuff happening that wasn't supposed to be happening. You know, God ain't pleased. So he tell Jonah, I'm putting you on an assignment. This is what I need for you to do. This is what I want you to do, right? And Jonah was probably like, I hear you, but this is not what I want to do. This not the plans that I was created for me. This is me going to this city. It ain't happening. I'm gonna do what I want to do. So guess what Jonah do? Jonah go hop on the boat, right? He out there on his boat chilling, probably. Everybody else doing whatever they want to do on the boat, and he's just chilling, you know. But that's the thing, you can't run from God, because even though he on this boat chilling, there's a storm. There's a storm out over the ocean. You know how I go? In this moving this away. If your soul not anchored in Jesus, you will surely drift away, right? But Jonah, God knew that where Jonah was. Jonah thought he was getting away. But one thing about it, you can't run from God. You can't hide from God. God is always there. God is going to be wherever you go. Even when you think you're running, he already knew. He already know what you're going to do, right? So they out there on this, he out there on this boat, right? This storm come, this big storm. It was probably like winds, thunder, lightning, all of that. Me personally, I'm a little scared of storms, so. But I guess Jonah wasn't. You know, everybody on the boat, they like, what's going on? You know, they trying to figure out, you know, and then they find Jonah. They was like, there's one man left. They said something about all the crewmen, everybody was there, but then they was like, but there's one man left. So they went down to Jonah, where Jonah was. Jonah was just peacefully chilling. And he was just like, listen, he knew it was a God thing, right? He knew that God was going to do whatever he had to do to get his attention. So he told him, he was like, you're gonna have to throw me overboard if you want this to end. But the key thing with that is that the people on this boat, they was wondering, like, have you ever been in a situation where you like panicking and you see other people really just strong and not worried about it? That's kind of how I imagine what's going on with Jonah. Like, they panicking about this storm, their life, they thought they were about to die, this and this and that, and Jonah just peacefully just doing what he's doing. But the thing with the story is, it shows you that, so Jonah, you know, peaceful from the inside out. Jonah had a personal relationship with God, and that was on the inside. But it was showing on the outside because he was still calm, collected. Everybody else was all over the place. But the people around him that was panicking, they wanted to know about this God. Who is this God that you worship? That, you know, who is this person that you're talking about? And that's how we have to live our life. We want to live our life pleasing to God, so that the people that are far from God will want to come to God. And I believe that in that situation, yes, Jonah was doing what he wasn't supposed to be doing. He was running from God. But in that moment, he allowed God, the God in him was outshining what he was running from. The God in him allowed other people to want to know about, how are you so calm during this situation? And I think in life, we have to be living our lives pleasing to God, because everybody that we meet, everywhere we go, we need to show up and show out for God. Because if God is the head of our life, people need to see that. We don't need to just say it. They need to see it through our actions. And we have to live our life pleasing to God. And the goal is to draw other people to God. With that being said, I know sometimes we all want to run, right? Sometimes it feels easier to run away from our assignment. But I'm just here to let you know, whatever your assignment is, whatever God is calling you to, or calling you from, or telling you where you need to go, you need to listen. Because even if you run, even if you go try to hop on the boat, God's still there. And guess what? God's going to do whatever he got to do. He got to turn that boat around. He got to speed it back and forth. He going to do it. Many of us have been in a situation where we know that God is speaking to us. We know that God is telling us. Or maybe sometimes you're uncertain, but then he give you that confirmation that you need to know that what you feeling, what you hearing is what he's saying. But how many of us sometimes decide to be a chicken? Bark, bark. How many of us sometimes decide that we think that, hey, we can run from God, right? And so I say, you can't run. You can't hide. There's no need to try. Because God sees everything, right? God is everywhere. So even if you run, God's still going to show up. Because God is always there. But I feel like sometimes in life, we don't always understand what God is telling us to do. And we think that we can solve it on our own. So just like Jonah, we decide to run. We might not hop on a boat. Everybody can't swim. So we might not hop on a boat. But sometimes we avoid doing the things that he's asking us to do. God ain't pleased. Because God's going to get the glory. And we're going to have to do what he's telling us to do, regardless of whether we like it or not. As always, always believe in yourself. Overcome any obstacles you're facing. Watch your dreams manifest before your eyes, and you become who God has called you to be. You got this. Peace out, y'all.